Another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I am playing an EIK WM France Deck G456 game with Wolfie, Field Watchman, and maruskaK. This first pile is actually pretty good. We've got some interesting choices here. Yeah, I think we've got Lady in Waiting, we've got Stonecutter, we've got Visiting Quarrymen. We've got Cactus Lover. I think there are kind of four reasonable picks here. I think this Cactus Lover card is pretty good, especially if I think there's a chance I get Stonecutter back. Even if I don't get Stonecutter back, I probably get Visiting Quarryman back. So yeah, I could do maybe something with that. Now the problem with playing the Visiting Quarryman Cactus Lover is that the Stonecutter will probably build up some of the major improvements that I would like to build. So I could just take Lady in Waiting here. You know what? I'm gonna take the Lady in Waiting. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take the Lady in Waiting. Cactus Lover requires you to build stables, which I'm not guaranteed to do, so. And I think I used it. I had it. Oh, excuse me. I had it a day or two ago, and I used it for just 2 minor improvements. So that's not that good. It's fine in that case, but it's not amazing. So we'll see what I get back out of that pile. I'm interested to know. Looks like we're waiting on maruskaK to decide. Hey, Rylocrent. Okay. Wonder is maruskaK streaming? I wonder. Maybe talking through his first pile quite a bit. Okay. Great Speculator is quite good. And the rest of these cards are not very good. I guess Scrounger is fine. But I'd rather just play towards Scrounger and take the Grain Speculator. Grain Speculator is a great card. Yeah, especially if I play Lady in Waiting, I'm very likely to stay on 3 rooms. And if I'm likely to stay on 3 rooms, then I probably will be able to do some crops earlier, and then a card like Grain Speculator can help me get some earlier plowing and sowing. So yeah, and it's good with a ton of bake synergies and stuff like that. So looks like maruskaK's had a bit of a slow start, so I'm gonna be right back quickly. Okay, I guess I'll make this pick quick. Not really that impressed with any of these. They all look pretty bad. Ram Wrangler and Grain Speculator. Ram Wrangler is probably the best cards, but I have Grain Speculator, so I'd rather play Grain Speculator over Ram Wrangler. So I'll take Jeweler here. Jeweler is not particularly good, but there's always a chance you get some stone card that makes you synergize. So Okay. Wow, another pack that I'm not really that impressed with. Maybe take manual labor. Manual labor plus jeweler. Try to take 2 stone or 3 stone a couple times. Manual labor is not bad, and usually you can proc it when you play it originally, because usually you take wood with your first move and then play manual labor or vice versa. Yeah, these cards are pretty bad. I could also take Studmaster here. Studmaster is not too bad, especially if I fence relatively early. Yeah, I think considering I have Lady in Waiting, manual labor is okay, but it's not amazing. I'd probably just take Studmaster here. Studmaster's a okay late game card, so yeah. Hey Lumen. Cactus Lover came back, so I'm pretty pleased by that considering I was thinking about first picking it, so yeah. There is a combo, Studmaster plus Tenant Farmer, although I'm kind of thinking, the way this game's shaping up, I might do a 3-room house, 3 fields, and then fence 15. So I might not have room for a third breeding pair. So then I think the Tenant Farmer Studmaster combo gets a bit worse. But I can always have 2 breeding pairs in the pasture, 1 in my house, and then eat the house animal food. Like that's totally fine. These are all bad, so I'll take Harvest Helper. And I might build a stable. I guess Gem Hunter, I do have Jeweler, but I'm very unlikely to even use an action to play this card. Okay. Well, I do have imported timber and some bad occupations, but Lady in Waiting does have to be played early, so I'll just go with Fish Trap here. Fish Trap is a good card, so yeah. Winter Pond is good as well, but Fish Trap is the pick. Next up. Well, Machete is quite powerful. It's a card that enables a bit like a sewing and baking strategy all on its own. I like Coffee Break quite a bit. Ashbringer is fairly solid. If I had a card, something like Baker's Servant or Plowman's Lunch, I would definitely take Machete here. The question is it worth taking Machete without any payoff to, like, I guess the payoff is that I can sew bake and use that for my feeding, and then like build a clay oven and I don't have to worry about making a cooking hearth. Or I can do something with Ashbringer and Coffee Break. Like those 2 cards are great. Ashbringer, I could build an oven, bake the 1 grain normally, and then, you know, day labor a couple times. Take Coffee Break and see what wheels. Yeah, I think these are like pretty clearly the 3 best cards, though. I mean, Heavy Card is not bad. Cornucopia is, I guess I like Cornucopia, but Cornucopia is actually pretty playable with Fish Trap. I'm very likely to have an extra reed or 2 because I like Reedstone Food so much. Yeah, I think I'm just like not really that likely to plow until late in the game, and so Machete is not that valuable, so take Coffee Break here. Pumpkin Patch. Okay. So I don't really have an early vegetable supply, but then I see my cabbage. So I can't my cabbage and pumpkin patch. I mean, I could take my cabbage here, and pumpkin patch probably doesn't come back, but that looks good. I really like to get on Reedstone Food a couple times early, so then I just need 1 really good clay action and play my cabbage. So here's Glassblower's shop to make my cabbage, or to make my pottery even better. This is a little all in. This is a little all in. Like if I do this and then don't get the pottery, that would be really bad. But I can't really take children's playground. Not if I'm gonna do a big. Again, no plows. So no plows. 3-room house tells me do a big pasture. I could take something like eel farm here. I do have fish traps, so I don't get an extra food on the reed space. But eel farm is just so difficult for it to be worthwhile. Like, how many times am I gonna fish? Twice throughout the game? I'll glassblower shop here. And then so renovation materials plus cactus lover is kind of fun because I can reno with an occupation space. Probably the pick though is just dinghy. Dinghy is very solid, on family growth in round 7 to get 3 food kind of thing, 3 or 4 food. Yeah. And I like renovation materials better when it's going to save me a clay. And in this game, it's very unlikely to save me a clay. So it's just playing a miner. And the thing is, usually you want to play a couple major improvements anyways, or improvements generally. So then the action that you save from renovating on a minor, you usually just pay back by doing major minor instead of reno major. So yeah. So cornucopia came back, so I can take that here. It works pretty well with my cabbage. It works fine with grain speculator. 1 grain per harvest is pretty unspectacular, but 1 vegetable per harvest is generally quite a bit better. Powder keg is playable. 3-room house gets me 1 wood, gets me 3 stone. But I don't know how likely I am to rush my renovations. I think what I'm more likely to, what's going to be more important is for me to get my fencing and my stabling done. I don't know. I think I will probably build, I'll probably try to build 2 stables so Cactus Lover is still playable. If I could build 1 wood room, 3 stables, fence 15, and then go back and do the plows later, that seems fairly solid. And then Cabbage Lover can play a couple of my miners that are worth points. Oh, Pumpkin Patch came back. So yeah, Cactus Lover can play Pumpkin Patch once I've got a vegetable sown, and then play a couple major improvements with a cheaper stone cost. So, all right, GLHF. So I'm start player in round 1. So I could play 3 wood to start player fish trap, or I could just read stone food to start with because that's the action that I ultimately want to be doing a whole bunch. I want the most stone in the game, early at least, so I have control over who gets the pottery. Yeah. Coffee break timing. If I could play Grade Speculator in like round 5, and then play Coffee Break in the Family Growth queue, then I don't have to break Coffee Break until I play Cactus Lover. So I probably don't play Jeweler. If I play Studmaster, it'll be in round 14 most likely. I probably don't play Harvest Helper or Gem Hunter. So this would have been a good game for Village Fool. Or any of the village cards, really. Field Watchman plays Sycophant, and then maruskaK plays Peace Worker. I'll grab the 2 wood here so that I can start player Fish Trap in round 2 most likely. Ooh, I like this here from Field Watchman. Because I think one of the problems with Archangel is that it makes the grain space quite good. Makes that space quite good. I'm actually very surprised Field Watchman didn't take Cornucopia. Cornucopia would have been quite good for this setup. Because, yeah, grain and a reed is a pretty solid action for your opponents, especially with their second moves. Like for maruskaK, second action grain vegetable would be a very good move, or grain reed. But having to pay a food to Field Watchman, that makes a difference. Gets on Reedstone food. Yeah. Yeah, start miners that get you one reed are really good because they let you go on Reedstone food and then he can take vegetable for his second reed. And it's just a very, very solid play overall. I'm going to go ahead and throw out my grain speculator here. And plan to second action 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then plan to second action start player. Can you show the player board bottoms? Yeah. So the only played improvement so far is Archangel. And here's my grain speculator. So Field Watchman takes a grain and a reed. Yep, very nice. And now just needs to pick up four wood somehow. Ooh, maruskaK here for maruskaK. So maruskaK certainly will be taking Reedstone food ahead of me next round. Well, I just hope that I get a 4 wood action. I'll be pretty happy if that's the case. I'll go ahead and play my Lady in Waiting here. No need to hold on to it. It's the best action in this round, or the best action available to me by quite a margin, so pay a food, play Lady in Waiting. So then I'll think about plan with my second action next round to play start player Fish Trap so that I can get on Fish Trap. But then again, there also will be some good clay moves, so maybe I should think about good clay moves instead. No, I want the Reedstone food either way, and I want the second food from Fish Trap, so certainly I will plan to start player Fish Trap. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to pick up my grain. Yeah, I guess an advantage of picking up the clay is that I threaten the clay oven in case Field Watchman is planning on building the clay oven, but I think the Reedstone food action is quite a good move. And I have my cabbage, so I'm not really that fussed about building the clay oven. It would be nice, but it's not something I really want to compete over. I'll just go back and build the stone oven later. Yeah, not a lot of occupations out so far. I guess we've got imported timber out there. Probably in Wolfie's hand. Oh, whoops. Paid too much wood. Too bad I didn't get a 4 wood action this round because then I'd have 5 wood and 2 reed after my Reedstone food move, but instead I'm going to have to go back and take wood again before I can build a wood room. Well, this is quite a solid start. The only big problem is that I'm sitting to the right of Wolfie, who is looking to build the first room. So very possible that I fall to fourth in the family growth queue. However, Field Watchman is a couple actions away, so I think if I'm not, I'm more likely to be third than fourth. Pick up an extra food from my fish trap. So second action, probably 4 clay. If 3 wood's available, definitely I'll take 3 wood, but pretty sure maruskaK will take the 3 wood. Field Watchman builds the clay oven. So yeah, Wolfie has the chance to get the first fireplace in round 5 and also the first room. So that would be kind of scary. Yeah. maruskaK probably takes the wood here. If maruskaK doesn't take the wood, I'll take the wood, but okay, I'll take the 4 clay here. Yeah. Yeah, it lets me build the pottery, so looks good. We do have Ashbringer here for Field Watchman. Yep, makes sense. This is quite an early Ashbringer. So access to a 2 food, 3 wood action that nobody else is really interested in. It'll be quite strong. So now it's kind of a question for me of how early is Field Watchman able to grow? When does family growth come out? How does the queue shape out? Because if Field Watchman falls down to 5th because Wolfie, maruskaK, me, Wolfie all grow, then that's bad for Field Watchman. But if Field Watchman gets the second growth in, then I think Field Watchman is in a fantastic position. So, can we hit new round, please, guys? Why are we waiting to hit new round? All right, there we go. So I probably don't take 2 wood here. I probably reedstone food ahead of 2 wood. I do want to get my 5th wood, but it's just not really that appealing when maruskaK is gonna has the wood to build, and Field Watchman will get the wood to build with his second move. So I just, you know, competing for that just doesn't seem that valuable. I'd rather get a better wood action. You know, I really want 3 wood because then at least I can build a stable in addition to the build a stable in addition to the room. Although really I want to build more than 1 stable. Wolfie says think and then immediately just plays imported timber. Fencing 10. Very nicely. Very nice. So this forces maruskaK to take the sheep, because otherwise Wolfie can grab the sheep. Although Wolfie is a little ways away from feeding, so... So now I feel quite a bit worse about not having taken wood, because I could build the second room here. Although I would not be in a position to stable block either way, so... Not really impressed by this move either. Man, all my moves are pretty junk. I guess I take 4 clay. I can't even play like minor improvement coffee break here. Or I can't build the pottery. Yeah. Probably just 4 clay. And then we'll hopefully get a 3 wood action next round. A 4 wood action would be even better, but 3 wood would be fine. And then we probably want to set ourselves up for a Renault pottery before the end of the round. Wolfie's going to play tenant farmer here. Okay. So Wolfie really needs a way to eat animals. Family growth doesn't come till round 7. Yeah, bad for Wolfie, good for Field Watchman. Probably bad for... Well, Lady in Waiting likes a late family growth game, so maybe it's fine for me. I'm sad that I'm going to grow so late, but I guess it gives me extra time to take wood. So it's making my cactus lover better and better and better. Ooh, this is very risky here. This is very risky by Wolfie. Playing the guest in this position when you have only 2 food, you're really going all in on getting a cooking implement in round 7. And if we just deny Wolfie getting a cooking implement in round 7, then it's pretty easy to make him starve, so... It might be fine, because Wolfie probably just gets a 3 food action with his second move, but, you know, then he'd be playing the guest just to go on day labor, which is meh. And Field Watchman likes taking day labor reasonably high, so we will see. So Field Watchman should build here. So then maruskaK probably takes the 4 wood. So then I take 3 wood. So now we're in the situation where you can build the round before to protect your growth, unless maruskaK double builds. If maruskaK double builds, then we would not be in that situation. Ooh, reedstone food, some pieceworking. Well, I'm very happy to get 4 wood here. So maruskaK is certainly looking to build the basket maker's workshop, it looks like. I need to pick up food before the next harvest, so... Ooh, Wolfie. Wolfie's a crazy man. 3 wood here? Definitely I would have taken the 3 food. Because he is all in on getting that major improvement next round. So I could build the pottery with my second action, or I can delay building it here so that I can first action build it next round, and then Wolfie would be in trouble. I think. Yeah, what? I guess unless Wolfie has some miner that gets him a bunch of food, but I don't know what that would be. maruskaK's building the basket maker's workshop anyways, so I can't even play the pottery here. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and take 3 wood. 3 wood lets me build 3 stables on family growth. And 3 stables for cactus lover seems pretty good. Lets me play pumpkin patch and 2 major improvements, saving a resource on each of them. So seems solid. Oh, milk can. Ah, of course. I should have remembered that. Very nice milk can here. Very nice milk can. I was like, what miner is it? Yeah, I was racking my brain thinking, what is the combo card that Wolfie has? And it's milk can. Milk can with tenant farmer. So I figured he has some miner that I passed him. So maruskaK builds. So I just want to make sure that I'm able to build in round 8 to protect my growth. Well, I guess I'm not growing till round 10 at this rate, right? I could pick up 3 stone here If I take 3 stone here, then it's actually pretty likely that I can cactus lover for a couple good things. Although I need food. That's kind of a problem. I could pottery here, or I could take one of the 4 food actions. Field Watchman doesn't really need food. maruskaK doesn't really need food. I think I take the stone here. Yeah. The stone kind of gives me control over the well, the stone oven, the pottery. I want to build. I'd be happy building all 3 of those. So. So now what I could do is I could room 3 stables round 8, second action occupation cactus lover, play the well, the pottery, and coffee break. That would be pretty strong. That would be quite strong. Or I build the pottery here. I could even build, if I could pull off 4 stables, maybe I should. And then I could play my cabbage, coffee break, pottery, well. I have to take food here either way. Yeah, taking 4 food fishing is not so bad with the fish trap when it has an extra food on it. So yeah, I think I'm fine with plus 4 food. Did someone play wolf? Oh, Wolfie played wolf. Just did not announce it. Okay. I saw these resources and thought, hey, those are the wolf resources. Yes, this is a very nice wolf here for Wolfie. Gonna be able to actually hold the boar and let them breed, which is massive. Oh, did not take grain though. I might have taken grain here, just to be able to let the boar breed a round earlier, because then you build a cooking hearth and then your feeding is quite set, because you get an extra boar from the wood and then you eat the boar that you just bred and there's 6 food for you, or 9 food if you also take clay in that harvest. So okay, field watchman. I'm gonna play corn scoop. So Wolfie is definitely in a position to take wood and then build a room. And maruska's in that situation as well. So yeah, I am obligated to build a room and to build a room with this move, because if I don't, I fall even further down the family growth queue. So build a wood room and 3 stables. But that's okay, because my second action will be very good. maruskaK might build the well with his second move, which would make me a little sad, because I would like to build the well. But you know what? Then I just build the stone oven and bake a grain and feel quite good about how things are going. Field watchman with some unusual fields here. 3 down the middle like this, cutting the farm in half. I mean, certainly it means that he's got his fencing planned out, but seems crazy. Wonder if maruskaK is building the well here. No, maruskaK is start playering and playing. Oh, of course. If maruskaK doesn't start player, then I will family growth. Oh, man. There's 4 wood available. Do I give up on... Well, maruskaK can't build the well because he's going to have to family growth next round. So I will take 4 wood here. And you know what? I'm okay with... I'm okay with taking stable blocking with my first move. Actually, maybe that's what I do next round. Maybe my next round is first move, build a stable to secure family growth. Second action, play the cactus lover. Although I guess the miner, if I play a miner, then it's there's no difference. The difference is I build a stable, which I maybe don't want to build because I do want to get my fencing done. So yeah, start. You know what? Start player is fine. Start player, I can play. I don't know. Do I play dinghy? I guess I don't really have a miner that I want to play on start player. And I can only play 2 majors. I can only build the well and the pottery, or the well and the stone oven. And certainly I want to build the pottery because of my cabbage. maruskaK plays machete. This will be on family growth. Well, I guess I have the guest. I can play the guest if I have enough food, and I think I do. I could take 2 boar here with my first move. But if I take the 2 boar, then I can't second action cactus lover, and I really want to play cactus lover here. So I'll start player. Yeah. You know what? I don't want to play. Guest here is dangerous because that if cheap occupation gets blocked, then I have to eat a grain, which I don't want to. So I'll just build another stable. Yeah. Yeah, this is much safer because then if I have to expensive occupation, I can expensive occupation. And I maybe still play the guest, but I'm not going to play it here. Or I could play it with this action. But I kind of want a glassblower shop. Honestly, if I'm going to start eating clay, which I am, it would be nice to get the glassblower shop out sooner rather than later. So I can, well, pottery, glassblower shop, coffee break for my 4 actions. And then I play my cabbage on family growth. Yeah, Field Watch with doing some weird fencing. I guess is or plowing. I guess shows planning on maybe doing naturalist. Ooh, maruskaK builds the pottery. I did not think that was going to happen. Alright, so 2 of my improvements are dead in my hand now. So that sucks. I guess I could have first action built the pottery. I was a little afraid of Wolfie doing start player and then maruskaK building. I didn't have to first action start player. I could have first action built the pottery. Yeah, that was almost certainly a mistake. Oh well, I can still play my cactus lover here and get some good value out of it. So I'm going to build the well. And I will build the stone oven. I will bake 1 grain into 4 food. I will play coffee break. And then I will play minor improvement guest. Play fireplace maybe. Play a cooking hearth. 3 clay fireplace seems fine. I could play cornucopia with this move and get a grain each round. Yeah, I could play cornucopia. Feed 4. Okay, so I play the well there. So it's really unfortunate that my cabbage turned out that way, but so I played coffee break. Maybe I should bake an extra grain. I'll bake an extra grain. Yeah, I wasn't planning on playing cornucopia, but if I play cornucopia, then I can definitely bake 2 grain here, and then I can play the guest on family growth. Yeah, it hurts my cabbage quite a bit, and my glassblower shop. Obviously, that really hurts. But you know what? I built the well. I built the stone oven. Those are 2 excellent cards. I'm in a good position now to take a nice breeding pair in stage 4. I'm not feeling too bad about this. Now the question will be, can I get enough wood? I think that's going to be the #1 question for my game. Can I get enough wood? And can I get it quickly enough? Yeah, I totally forgot that I planned to first action pottery. Oh man, that was a big mistake. My cabbage would have been great. Would have been great. And then I could, yeah. Because playing cornucopia with stone oven is fine, but I would have rather played pottery plus my cabbage for the 2 grain. Or 2 vegetable. Wolfie's asking something about Ram Wrangler. Hmm. So Wolfie's asking, can he breed his sheep, get the grain from Ram Wrangler, triggering his wolf, getting him a second boar, and then he's wondering, can his boar then breed? Yeah, that's a really good question. So the question is, do your sheep breed, then your boar breed, then your cattle breed, or it's some order that you choose because you get to choose the order. You 1 grain afterwards. Except that you breed your sheep, and then afterwards you get the grain, and then do you still have the chance to breed your boar? I think it could work. Breeding all types happens at once. Yeah, so that's the question. Do all your breeds, is it all at the same instant, or is it a phase and you can do breed? That's actually a relevant question. Even if we think Ram Wrangler comes at a different phase, what if you have a card like whenever you get a sheep, you also get a boar kind of thing? It would be a worthwhile rules question to discuss. So my family growth is safe. Oh, I should feed 4. I never did that. So I'll go ahead and take the 4 wood here. I need 4 wood. Oh, I need to pick up my grain from cornucopia. Yeah, if there's an analogous situation in the original decks, yeah, unfortunately there isn't. There's not really any cards that give you income during the breeding phase. I'm looking through them very quickly, and I don't really think there is. I guess there's cards like count the number of animals on each person's farm, but that's feeding phase. Field Watchman plays Naturalist here. Yeah, it makes sense with the way he was laying out his farm. It's pretty clear. So Field Watchman going to be able to really annoy us by blocking the plow action every round. So I'll family growth here and play the guest. I should have extra food, so there's actually quite a bit of food in this game generally. So I'd be happy to take 2 cattle or 2 boar next round, both of which would be good. Oh, I forgot to take my grain from cornucopia. I need to do that. Yeah, I can't think of any. I'm looking through the cards really quick. Can't think of any cards that give income during the breeding phase. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, me neither. Wolfie plays heavy cart. Sure. Kind of a late heavy cart because you need 2 wood actions for it to pay itself back now, but I mean, he might maybe wants it for stone or clay or whatever, so. So I'm going to need an extra 2 food to feed, but I picked that up very easily from a Reedstone food action or a fishing action, so either of those seems good. Could definitely think about building a clay room with all the clay that's available. However, I would need clay and a clay grab and a reed grab. So that's probably going to be too expensive to be worthwhile. maruskaK plays Visiting Quarryman. Yeah, this card's really good. Later, playing it later than I normally see. But yeah, with Peaceworker especially, it's quite nice. So rest of the game for me, take wood and plow. So 1 Reedstone food action next round, take wood, plow, take a pair of animals. The normal stuff. Yeah, Reedstone food will let me reno play the 3 clay fireplace. If I get a late family growth action next round, which I may, or sorry, not a late, if I get the last action next round of the game, which is possible. I can, or of the round, I could start player dinghy into a potential 5 wood action on fishing. Or if maruskaK start players, I could play dinghy late. I could Reno dinghy late, and then maruskaK would have to choose between, you know, Plowsow round 12 and family growth or 5 wood, and I would get whatever is left. So that doesn't seem too bad. Yeah. I like that I played 2 3-point majors with the same action. And the food income over time is not insignificant. Like the 2 food in round 12 is nicely timed because it pays for my lady in waiting. I will need better feeding for the round 12 harvest. That'll maybe be a good time to do another bake action. Or maybe do a sow bake. Bake 1 grain and sow a vegetable maybe in round 12 or 13. Try to have 2 fields in round 13 and do a sow bake move. Wolfie's building another room here. Makes sense with all the clay that was available. And maruskaK looks like he used visiting quarryman to grab clay as well. There's 4 stone available. 4 stone's quite a bit. Although the only stone major left is the joinery, and no one really wants to build the joinery. No one has access to so much wood that they want to build the joinery. Yeah, Field Watchman's going to be really annoying and deny us plows for the rest of the game. So we have to make sure that we're aggressively taking the stuff that Field Watchman would like, namely wood. Because Field Watchman really wants to fence and start taking animals, because he can't really take animals until he's got his fencing done. Whoa! Archer. Don't see this card played too often. Not too often at all. So I could take a pair of cattle here. Or take a pair of boar. I mean, 3 wood is 3 wood. I probably need to take the wood first. Yeah, and hope that one of the 2 animals comes back. Yeah, it's a shame. Well, Wolfie takes the stone. Okay. So yeah, Field Watchman won't take the animals. So yeah, I'll get 2 boar or 2 cattle. Good. And then my last move can be reedstone food. And if that's occupied, I can 4 food fish. Field Watchman plays clay roof. Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to play dinghy to give Wolfie 5 wood, because Wolfie's already in quite a good position. Pretty sure maruskaK is taking 2 cattle here. I'd be very surprised if it's anything different. maruskaK is playing driftwood. This must be on Reno. Reno plus Driftwood. Well, am I picking up a pair of cattle here? I guess the cattle are the same number of points as the boar. I'm thinking that the boar, I can get 2 cattle in round 12 and get the same number of points out of cattle, but, you know, I might be able to say the same or something similar about 2 boar. And maybe I end up building the fireplace and eating one of the cattle, so it's relevant. No, never mind. maruskaK changed his mind. Not going to play Driftwood. Okay, he thought he played it different. Yeah. Yeah, he thought he was playing a miner on cattle. Not how that card works. Wolfie plays lumber on family growth. So I get the boar. I gave up the cattle to get 3 wood. I feel fine about that. The boar is the same number of points when I breed them up to 5, so seems fine. Yeah, I guess the studmaster can't eat the house animal unless I have a fireplace, so building the fireplace seems reasonable. I should finally pick up my grain, which I have not done. Feed 6, breed. Two food on the board pays for the lady in waiting. So maruskaK did end up Reno Driftwood. Just did it later. Field Watchman, Family Growth. Of course. 4 wood would be quite good, or plow would be good. I'd be happy with either. Need to start getting plows out, so plow seems quite important. Especially if maruskaK start players, then I can plow, and then I'll have plow sow or family growth in round 13. No, maruskaK's plowing. Okay. Well, it's going to be very difficult for me to get 2 fields out if maruskaK doesn't start player at all, so that's kind of too bad. I guess I could start player with this move. But the 4 wood seems quite good. So I'll start with the 4 wood here. I guess what I could do is take 2 sheep here. 2 sheep, so if I get 3 wood back, I could 3 wood, fence 2 sheep. Yeah. Or 3 wood, 2 sheep, fence in round 13. And Reno or something. And then hold 1 cattle in my house. Yeah. Yeah, something like that seems okay. Yeah, no plows in this game. Very unusual. So hopefully maruskaK start players this time around. I think it's not impossible. Field Watchman might start player again. Although Field Watchman does need to pick up clay to reno his house, so I don't know. I don't know. Field Watchman going to start player. Okay. So Field Watchman will probably, well, maybe not plow sow. Maybe family growth. So I probably get plow either way. Unless I want to take start player. But I can't start player because, yeah, if I start player, there's no way plow and field comes back. I need to hope that I get plow and then plow again. Or plow and that start player comes back. Both plow sow and family growth are an extraction. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Field Watchman's got nicely developed crops and stuff. That's for sure. maruskaK Pieceworks on the vegetable, setting himself up to plow sow in round 13. So if I get the 2 sheep back, I'm pretty happy. I can 2 sheep and reno fireplace. And then I just need to make sure I get on fencing in the next round. And maruskaK kind of wants defense. So if the fishing could come back, I would like that. I would like a 7 food fishing action with my fish trap. So first move plow, second move fence. Seems pretty likely. I could even consider something like fencing 14. Do the 2 square pastures on the bottom. I occupy 1 extra space that way, although I give up 2 stable points. So I give up 2 stable points, but so it's -1 point, but do cover my farm a bit better. I mean, that only really matters if Constable's in the game, although it does save me 1 wood, which does give me the option of start player dinghy. Start player dinghy, it gives Wolfie a 6 wood action, which I don't think I want to do. But Wolfie already has 2 stables. I mean, the 6 wood would be 2 stables for Wolfie. That's what it is, really. Unless Wolfie finds time to go build the joinery, then. That would be the question. Wolfie takes 3 wood. Okay. So yeah, stables or joinery. Probably, well, no, yeah, stables, definitely. Because Wolfie's going to build another room here. So we're going to end up with like a 5-room house. Oh, Field Watchman doesn't start players, so if maruskaK start players here, that would be pretty good. If maruskaK doesn't start player, I definitely will. I'll start player Dingy. To set up a plow sow in round 14. Is Field Watchman paying for his naturalist guests? I thought they were free. Nope. 1 food to receive a guest. maruskaK, start player Winter Pond. Good. Good, that pleases me. So that means I'm very likely to get plow, and then hopefully I get sow bake. Yeah, that's right, Lumen. Yeah, I'll fence here. Fence 15. So now I just want the fishing to come back. Does maruskaK like the fishing? maruskaK gets 5 food from his reed and his clay. So we might see maruskaK reedstone food again, as he's done many times this game. He might take the fishing. But if he takes the fishing, there is 5 food traveling players as well. So it's 2 food fewer for me, but 2 fewer food, I guess, is the more proper, more grammatically correct way of saying it. maruskaK builds the joinery. Okay. Huh. I guess he picks up a wood next round. Maybe figures that Reno fence is pretty safe, or fence. I don't know. There's 3 more Renos that need to happen. I don't know. I'm interested by that move. So I'll fish and grab an extra food. So if I bake 2 grain next round, I will only be able to sow on 1 field. So taking vegetable with my last move seems to make sense. Although, if I play Studmaster, I probably end up eating a bunch of animals. Because, yeah, the way Studmaster is lining up is that it would just be a whole bunch of food. So if it's just going to be a whole bunch of food, then I can... If it's just going to be a whole bunch of food, then I can use it for food. And then I don't need to bake. I can keep my grain. Because, yeah, I could take vegetable or I could take 1 cattle here. So I'm kind of questioning how this end of the game is going to shake out. I would not ever first action 2 cattle ahead of plow. Because the plow is 3 points and it enables the sow bake later, which I think I will be the only one that really wants to do it. Maybe I can gamble that vegetable will come back. Thing is, no one really wants to take cattle either. I'll take the 1 cattle here. Feed 8. So maruskaK will plow sow. I will plow. So I'm going to have 3 food on my farm. I need 8, assuming I don't get on family growth. So if I play Stud Master, that gets me a sheep which I can eat, and then I can keep the cattle. So then I would be able to eat. So playing Stud Master, I could eat 3 sheep and a boar, which is 8 food. So it's net plus 7 food right now. Stud Master is, and it's point neutral because I would get an extra cattle in exchange for eating the sheep. So it's a 7. Stud Master is a 7 food action. Okay, so probably that will be worthwhile doing. Um, oh wow. Okay. Kind of wish I had taken the vegetable, but ending the game with 8 grain seems pretty good as well. So I won't complain about that. I guess there was a lot of there's a lot of reno pressure, so that was good for me that there was all this reno pressure. Wolfie plays. Whoa. Whoa, that is extremely good in this situation. And you give me a useless wood. Pretty good. Pretty good 9-point reno move. And then he's got a bunch of stone left over. I wonder if Wolfie has half-timbered house. I think it's unlikely to be mansion because you would have to pick up clay and wood. But maybe he's just getting extra resources from his heavy cart. That might be all that it is. Just picked up more than he thought he would need. Does have to pay back the tenant farmer still. So he's not breeding any extra points here. And actually can't really eat his animals if he wants to keep the current points that he has. But I mean, 5-room stone house with all these fences and stables, especially because most of us have fairly incomplete farms. Like I'm gonna have an extra space and maybe a negative for vegetables. maruska's looking to hit probably gonna hit a negative on plows. Field watchman, 3-room clay house. So even though he's oh man. Oh, maruska's gonna be pretty annoyed by that move. It's paying a food for a point, and it's blocking your opponents, and it's yeah, it's not an awful move, but it's an annoying one. It's all family growth here. Family growth should be 3 points. Seems like playing Stud Master will be a reasonable move. Wolfie takes the vegetable. I would have liked to have taken vegetable. Well, I guess taking a cattle is 1 point. So vegetable was 2 points, but taking a cattle is 1 point. So take a cattle and then play Stud Master. Does maruskaK have better actions than 1 point? I guess it's 2 points for Field Watchman, so Field Watchman might take it here. Yeah, eat 2 of them. So now Studmaster gets me a cattle and 4 food. And it costs me a food, so it's a cattle and 3 food. Yeah, nobody's farm really came together perfectly. Everyone's got some unused spaces. Wolfie actually doesn't really have that many improvement points, like only the cooking hearth. And he does have to return animals for his tenant farmer. Now, 5-room stone house looking good, probably in the lead, but Maruska's negatives on the fields really hurt. I think I've read this already, Damba. Yeah, I was reading this last night. It's stuff that we've mostly talked about. Yeah, it would be cool. All right. So now I breed, pick up a grain from the board, feed 9. Okay. So I'm going to have a solid score. I don't know if it's a winning score. No, only 43. Yeah, definitely not enough to win. Well, I say definitely, but Wolfie's at 42 and he has to feed and return his animals. Well, we'll see if 43 is enough. I think it's unlikely. Wolfie probably picks up some points with his last couple moves here. Man, this is a really weird game. Probably my cabbage would have been so efficient that I would have won if I had gotten that out. Yeah, I think yeah, talking to Chris is a good start. The other thing is you don't know what kind of agreement Chris has with the manufacturer. Oh, Scrounger. Okay, GG. Darn. I forgot about Scrounger. Totally forgot about Scrounger. I threw it around. I passed it. I should have remembered. Not that I could have leveraged much out of the Scrounger myself. Like, I would have had to pick up clay and reed. And I do have a wood here from Wolfie, but... So Wolfie eats a cattle and a vegetable. Oh, we might be tied. We might tie with Wolfie. Although he said he bred and then returned. 4 food and a vegetable. Okay, looks like Wolfie hits 44. Wow. Literally 1 point off the win. Yeah. And that's with growing fourth. Yeah, that really sucks. 1 point away. So literally getting instead of 1 cattle, getting a vegetable action, that's enough to tie for the win. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that borrowed plow was massive for Wolfie. That borrowed plow was so massive. Well, yeah, there's no way I could ever get the Scrounger points, unfortunately. Oh, man, we were only 1 point off. That Scrounger was pretty big. Yeah, just 1 more point. I just need to pull 1 more point out. I guess if we had remembered visiting Quarrymen, we might have been more afraid of maruskaK building the pottery. Because the visited Quarryman does really like to build the pottery. Because certainly the fact that my cabbage and glassblower shop, like, oh, that would have been... Wolfie's farm looks way better than mid-40s. He has no improvement points. That's the big thing. No improvement points. He has only 1. Yeah, no points on cards, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Too bad. We're close. We're close. We're only 1 point off there. Yeah, just need 1 extra point in round... 1 extra point in the last round. Yeah, where else could that point come from? Obviously, getting a vegetable action would have been really good. Otherwise, yeah, vegetable action instead of a cattle action. That's my 1 point there. Yeah, yeah, good one, Tamba. Yeah, I mean, I think I lost this game when I let maruskaK build the pottery in front of me. I could have built it in that round. That was a big mistake. That was a big mistake. Probably lost me the game. Because if I don't play Stone Oven. Now, the Stone Oven was good. Stone Oven Cornucopia ended up being pretty good for me. It let me get me a whole bunch of food. But the Glassblower Shop cabbage line is just so many more points. Like, it's so many more points on farm that even if I have to eat a couple boar or cattle, it's no big deal. Yeah. Yep. That was really dumb of me. Sorry about that, guys. Bad play by me. We'll take a quick look at the draft. Three, 4, 3, 9, 1, 8. So first pick, Lady in Waiting. Visited Quarryman, higher power, but it's drafted 2 positions later. So Lady was the correct choice, it looks like. Took Grain Speculator ahead of Scrounger, which is a higher power card, but it's drafted more than a position later. So yeah, it looks like my picks were correct in terms of I was taking the strongest card every time. Tenant Farm, Cactus Lovers. Yeah, I think this card is really good. And Cactus Lover is really good. I think its power is gonna come up. Don't worry, Rylocran, you can watch the VOD or catch it on YouTube. I'll be uploading it right as soon as I finish here. Yeah, I don't really think there was much better I could do. Winter Pond, wow. Stats on Winter Pond are really good compared to Fish Trap. I wonder if meta changes has made Fish Trap worse. Because Power 3 drafted 2, it was definitely a higher power card before, so its stats maybe are going down. And I took Coffee Break here. Yeah, Coffee Break's a great card. Although Ashbringer. Not that I never took 2 wood in the game once. Not even once, right? I was pretty smart about that, about being able to not take 2 wood actions. But of course it meant that I wasn't getting plows because I was prioritizing wood actions extremely highly. My cabbage didn't get played. Glassblower shop didn't get played. Yeah, that was a pretty much game losing mistake there. Cornucopia, pumpkin patch. Yep. Yeah. Hard to say that the draft was wrong. It was the execution that I screwed up on. Round 7 family growth is very good for Lady in Waiting. Very good for Lady in Waiting. Yeah. I guess my feeding, so let's say instead of Cactus Lover, I play the Pottery. So I play my Cactus Lover first move. I build the Pottery. I build the Well. And I play... Do I play Coffee Break there? Do I play Glassblower Shop right away? I probably play Glassblower Shop right away, because it gets me an extra food in that harvest. Although playing Coffee Break gets me a food on the next round, so it's pretty equivalent. And then I start player with my second action, or stable block. So if I have to stable block, that would be a bad line. But if I start player, then it's okay, because I get the action back. I have 1 fewer stable, but I have 2 extra wood. And then I do start player into family growth, so then I get 2 more miners to play my cabbage and play Coffee Break, or whatever's left over of my miners. Yeah, and so then I don't play Cornucopia, but I don't bake the grain, so I don't like the 3 grains. Sowing 2 of them and maybe baking 1 with the cooking hearth or a fireplace is fine. Yeah. Alright, yeah. I think that was a pretty big mistake by me. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed this little video. I will stream tomorrow. Yeah, that's going to be it for today. Maybe I'll do 2 games tomorrow if the site's pretty active. Yeah, I'll try to do 2 games tomorrow, maybe. I've been playing I basically played Magic for like 20 hours. In a 30-hour period, I played Magic for 20 hours. I started playing when Ikoria came out in the afternoon, and then I played for like 12 hours straight. And then I did some work, and then I finished, and then I played for like another 5 hours. Well, I got my value out of the gems I bought, so yeah. But I have not enough gems for another Premier draft. I have to wait for the bot draft to come out for Ikoria. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, and otherwise, yeah, that's going to be all for me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. If you're watching this on YouTube and you've gotten all the way to the end and you have an Amazon Prime account, you get 1 free Twitch subscription per month. And if you want to use it on me, I'd appreciate that. Check out the other people. If you're watching this on YouTube, you might not be aware of their other Agricola streamers. Not all of them upload to YouTube, and you can subscribe to them on YouTube, or you can follow them on Twitch, and then you'll get notifications when they're live on Twitch. People like in this chat, like Lumen, maruskaK, yeah, exclamation mark streamers, and I don't even have all of them in there. So yeah, Doe Academy, Gray, Sanswell, Montu. Yeah, Dishin doesn't stream too much. Doe Academy occasionally. I don't think Gray and Alex have streamed for a while, but they used to. So, all right, that's enough from me, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.